For the main panel, the talk is over. February 26th in Diriyah, Jake Paul, the problem child, who's on his phone right now.
I'm live streaming on Instagram. I'm just getting the viewers to go over to YouTube.
Will be taking on the biggest test of his career in Tommy Fury. There have been several attempts ahead of time to make this fight. Several attempts have failed, but I'm proud to say that we are finally able to make this fight. Both fighters are here. The training camps are over. The only thing left to do is for them to lace up and get into the ring on February 26th. Joining me here on this main panel, I'm joined on my side here by the executive member of Skill Challenge Entertainment Enterprises, Prince Fahad bin Abdulaziz. Prince, welcome, sir. Prince Fahad and I have had discussions back and forth about this fight, different things that would happen, different scenarios. It's a very exciting fight. We're looking forward to a very exciting performance. Seated next to him is the president of the Saudi Arabian Boxing Federation, Mr. Abdullah Al-Harbi. Brother Abdullah, allow me please to begin with you. As the president of the Saudi Arabian Boxing Federation, you heard Prince Khalid talk about the vision of Skill Challenge Promotions. What does an event like this mean to the up-and-coming Saudi prospects and Saudi fighters to be able to have a platform like this?
Bismillah, salatu wassalamu ala rasulillah, assalamu alaikum. I think, Amr, you started by asking, what does this have for Saudi Arabia? And it just reminded me yesterday that we had our founding day. And it just dawned on me how much transformation did we go as a nation from where we were till where we are today. And that transformation is truly magnificent, specifically when we look at this era, the era of His Royal Highness Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, where we now see how this whole new frontier of either be it sports, economics, or a lot of different other sectors are thriving within the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. I wanted, first of all, to thank, because we need to thank a lot of different people, starting from His Royal Highness Prince Abdulaziz bin Turkey, Minister of Sports, who has truly paved the way to sports in general in the kingdom, and the kingdom becoming an epicenter for sports in all different walks of life. Specifically for boxing, we're happy that this is going to be the third of multiple international bouts that are happening on the Saudi soil. This is going to be as well the year where we're going to have the multiple other events like the upcoming October event that is going to be the World Combat Games, whereby boxing is going to be at the top of that event. And hence, when we look at all of that, we see how much sports is becoming the center. You talked about Prince Khalid, and I think Prince Khalid bin Abdulaziz, we truly, truly thank you for being the lead of sport in boxing in the kingdom. I recall 4 years ago when we were sitting and talking about how boxing is going to be in the kingdom. And truly today to see that and to see how all of this happened is truly a magnificent work. And so thank you very much. And thank you for everyone in Skill Challenge for bringing multiple fights to the kingdom.
Thank you, Abdullah. I would like to follow up with one question also. And you're talking about the vision, you're talking about the progression of the fighters. And since the Clash of the Dunes in 2019, there has been an absolute emergence of boxing. There has been so many new gyms, so many new prospects, so many new fighters that are coming up. And then, of course, followed up by 2022, Rage on the Red Sea. What are your plans with these up-and-coming Saudi champions and these prospects when they reach that level of the top of the amateurs? What is the next plan for them, and how does that coincide with this vision?
To sign with Skill Challenge.
We have a commitment then that we will start promoting, of course, these up-and-coming Saudi prospects. Again, the boxing is new in the country. The boxing is new in the region. And to have up-and-coming Saudi prospects like the 3 fighters you have on the prelim, followed by, of course, Ziad on the main card, this is what this platform is for. It's to give them this kind of opportunity. The Saudi Arabian Boxing Federation has done a phenomenal job in being able to groom them for that position. So thank you very much, Brother Abdullah Harbi.
Thank you.
Let me turn it over also, Prince Fahad, executive member of Skill Challenge Entertainment Enterprises. We've been talking about this fight for a long time. And we've had talks in the office, and I think there's, between us, I think there's a bet on push-ups of who's going to win the fight and how it's going to end. And we've been going back and forth on this. This fight, Prince Fahad, has taken a long time to make. It is finally being made, and it's finally happening. How significant is this fight for the landscape of boxing in Saudi Arabia and boxing in general?
Well, first of all, I would like to welcome everyone here. And we're happy to host Team Jake and Team Fury here. As you know, the last couple of years, we had 2 big fights here in Saudi. We always raise the bar here in Saudi and in Skill Challenge. So we overcame the challenges, and now we have a big event here in Diriyah, inshallah. And this is just the beginning. The whole world will be watching, and I wish a good luck to both teams here. Thank you very much.
Outstanding. And yes, this is just the beginning. The vision that Prince Khalid bin Abdul Aziz has with Skill Challenge Promotions, with all of the fighters, is truly unprecedented, and it will be great for all of the fighters. Let's get into the fighters now. And of course, I'm going to bring on to the panel, down at the very end, a man that really needs no introduction to the fight scene. His son is the heavyweight champion of the world. John Fury is no stranger to big fights. John, welcome to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
Thanks for having me.
John, you've been a focal point in this promotion. You've been very vocal. You've been very adamant about what's going to happen in this fight. You are not a stranger to big fights. Tyson, of course, has been in the biggest fights in the world. Tommy has not been. This is the first big stage for Tommy. And you've been doing a lot of talking for Tommy. You've been promoting the fight a lot for Tommy. Is this stage too big for Tommy, and is the pressure too much for Tommy at this stage of his career?
First and foremost, I want to thank Prince Khalid, His Royal Highness, and everybody in Skill Challenge for allowing us to be in this great event. Yes, I can answer that question. We don't do pressure of any description. We're here to fight. You know, he's been round on the big stage most of his life. You know, I think when he first started out, he was meant to do big stuff just for who he is, being Tyson Fury's brother. You know, he's been under pressure right from the off. But this kid survives on pressure. And believe me, I wouldn't have my son sat here if I didn't think he could deliver. Because there's no way in this entire world my son would disgrace our great champion in Tyson Fury. So in this great country, going to see something special. Thank you all.
John, you're very much a part of Tommy's training, his day-to-day training, and his whole boxing business. Has Tommy changed this fight? Has this fight been a little bit different for him than all of the previous ones in terms of how much attention he gives it, how serious he's taking it, and the level of commitment he has to his camp?
To be fair, I've handled Tommy since he's been a pup, but I think we've worked more on manners coming to Saudi and presenting ourselves right in this great country than actual training for the event. We know what we've got to do. We're professionals. Fighting, boxing is what we do, and we've done it. We've left no stone unturned. We're coming here to do one thing, knock Jake Paul out. Nothing else will do. You know, what more can I say? You know, the 26th, the talking's over. It's been a long time in the making, but I can't wait. I'm sat here excited, believe me, to the outcome of this. You know, but you know what? There's going to be defeat in Derry for Jake Paul, I'm afraid. But you know what? Good luck to him. You know, he's a nice kid. You know, he's a very, what can I say, intelligent boy for the age of him. And without him, we wouldn't be here. So, Jake Paul, thank you very much.
I think, John, we could probably have a press conference, just you talking about this whole fight to hype it up. But let me just follow up with one last question, if you don't mind.
No problem.
You've recently come out and said you admire Jake Paul. But we've seen you ringside. You took your shirt off. You tried to attack him. You tried to fight him. Do you admire him? Do you like Jake Paul? Or is there animosity there?
We're sat here, aren't we? I've got nothing against him. I've got children older than him. I've got a granddaughter near his age. I mean him no animosity at all. We're in the fight game. It's our duty to promote the fight, and that's what I feel I did. You know, but like I say, the talking's over. The best man will win, and I know for sure it's going to be TNT.
Let's turn it over to this side of the panel. MVP Promotions, co-founder and business partner of Jake Paul's, Mr. Nikisa Bederia. Nikisa, welcome back to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
Thank you for having me.
Nikisa, your job in the boxing business, which you've heard our special guest panel talk about, because it is a business, and I've said it before, it is a business disguised as a sport. Your job is to protect the best asset that you have in your business. The biggest business asset in MVP Promotions is Jake Paul's likeness, his celebrity, and the fact that he has this unprecedented, undefeated record going, fighting everybody from basketball players in the beginning to now legitimate fighters, and on Sunday night to Tommy Fury. Is this dangerous for you to put your biggest asset in a fight this big with this mega stage globally around the world?
Sure. First of all, I think it's important that we recognize this fight took 2 years to be put together, and it took the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, the Ministry of Sport, Skill Challenge Entertainment, Prince Khalid, and yourself, Amr, to actually get it here. So let's recognize that this is because of the host that we have that this is happening. We couldn't do it over in the US. We couldn't pull it off, and you guys did, so thank you for having us.
Thank you.
To answer your question, this is what Jake wants. He is not anybody's asset. He is the asset. He is the company. He makes the decisions. I advise him, I provide him support, but he's charting his own path that has not been charted before. You look at the likes of Floyd Mayweather, his 9th fight, not his 7th, his 9th fight was against a 1-13 boxer. Gervonta Davis, one of the most talked about current boxers in the world, 8th fight against a guy who was making his debut, who never fought again, and was 1-2 as an MMA fighter. So, are we worried about protecting Jake as an asset? No. Jake is focused on disrupting boxing, taking risks, and putting on great events.
Well said. Tommy is the first quote-unquote real boxer that Jake is facing. And real boxer, not somebody that comes from an MMA background, not somebody that comes from any other sport background, but a guy that has devoted his life to boxing. And it comes from a lineage and a prestigious family of the Fury family with quite a reputation that they have to uphold. Jake is now fighting a real fighter. Have you seen a difference in Jake in taking on an opponent like Tommy Fury?
From the day I met Jake Paul, he's always been 100% focused on the task at hand. So I wouldn't say there's a difference in how he's preparing for Tommy Fury outside of understanding, studying, and putting together a camp that allows him to be successful versus Tommy Fury. He works hard every single day of every single week, and this has been no different for him.
All right, before we get into the fighters, let's talk to our event promoter, Derek Chisora. Derek, welcome back to the panel.
Thank you very much for having me. I'm excited about this fight. I'm buzzing. Delicious. Yeah, so, you know, it's amazing to be back in Saudi again, because the last time I was here, my brother was fighting Usyk in Jeddah. But it was not a great night for us, you know. But I'm back again, thanks to my boss for bringing me back. I really appreciate it, Prince Khalid. Yeah, I need to spice up some stage. You know,
The truth is here. Talk is over. What is the truth? Is Jake Paul going to beat Tommy Fury? Is Tommy Fury going to beat Jake Paul? We don't know. We have to wait until Sunday. And knowing, being a fighter myself, when you train all this time and you only got a week left, it's just when it's all get cranky and you're all like a bit nervous and excited at the same time. And you get that adrenaline in your body, can't wait. And I'm just excited about this fight.
Derek, you heard John Fury talk, you heard Nikisa talk. Just based on them, before we even hear from the fighters, before we hear from them, I know you're very opinionated about the fight. What are your thoughts going into this fight?
The problem child really wants this fight. You must know something I don't know. You know, Tommy, he's sitting next to me. I've known Tommy for a while. I know his brother. I've tasted his brother's hands so many times. You know, but it's okay. We're still friends. You know, I say the winner of this fight will not win it in the first half of the fight, wins it in the last fight, in the last 4 rounds. That's when we'll get the winner. When everybody is tired and they're making mistakes, that's where we're going to get the winner.
It is scheduled for 8 rounds. It'll be very interesting to see
8 rounds.
It's an 8-round fight.
I thought it was a 12-rounder.
Tommy Fury at 8-0, Jake Paul at 6-0. They're going to work their way up to 12 rounds, but this one is scheduled for 8. So given that, does that change the dynamic of the fight?
No, it don't. It don't, you know, but it's great, you know. So that means we're going to have an explosive fight.
Right.
None of this tippy-tapping, dancing around. So I just want an explosive fight. I want an entertainment fight. I know the problem child is going to bring it. So Jake Paul's going to bring it. Vicious, because we've seen his last couple of fights. You know, he brings it, he keeps going and going until he knocks his man down. So I'm excited about that. And I know John Fury is training his son to disrupt him, basically. So
yes, Derek, there's only one way we've been training for this, and that's the knockout. People don't want to see people shadowboxing in the ring or making it look hard work. They want to see clean, solid power punches from the off. And that's what you're going to get, power punching from the first bell. So it's who's got the best chin and the biggest you-know-whats. So I know my son back in both.
So this is exciting already, you know. It's a point of, I'm sorry, bro. I don't want to introduce Jake anymore. I don't want to introduce Tommy. We already know who they are. You know, Jake, what's the game plan, bro? How are you going to stop this man you've been calling out for the last 3 years of your life? What's the plan? How are you going to destroy him?
Yeah, look, thank you guys for all coming today. Thank you to the Kingdom of Saudi, Prince Khaled, the Ministry of Sport. I'm excited to be here. We got some legends in the building, Mike Tyson, Devin Haney, Derek Chisora, Sean Porter, the list goes on, honestly. There's too many people to name. But, man, look, we've picked this guy apart. We've studied him. He makes a lot of mistakes. He's great on offense, has got a good jab, lots of combos, speed, good footwork, good movement. He's a good boxer, but he's not a great boxer. And his lack of defense and lack of head movement is going to be exposed on Sunday.
All right, let's take it over to Tommy Fury. Let's start with Tommy. Tommy, let me ask you this question, and I say it just with utmost because it is the elephant in the room. This fight was supposed to happen, as Nikisa had talked about. This fight was supposed to happen a couple of times. It's taken 2 years to make the fight happen. There have been different restrictions. There have been different limitations. There have been reasons that this fight has not happened. Have you ever intentionally dodged Jake Paul?
Do you really think that's the case? Before I start speaking, I want to thank everybody for attending today. Thank you to everyone in Saudi Arabia for having us. We've been treated like kings so far, so thank you for that. And no, definitely not. I mean, I think people's got it twisted. I'm in boxing and having goals of being a world champion. So if I am to do that, I can't be dodging people like Jake Paul. Believe you me, the past 2 fights didn't happen because of it being out of my hands completely. The first fight, broke rib. Doctors advised me not to fight. What do you want me to do? Second fight, went to the airport with my full team, ready to go. Denied access into the USA, still ongoing. Third time's a charm, and we're here, and I'm in super fit condition. I'm ready to go and put this all to bed, because for the past 2.5 years, all it's been is, when are you fighting Jake Paul? Da-da-da-da. To even mention my name in the same sentence as that, it's disrespectful to me, who's been boxing my whole life. And I'm going to clinically knock this guy out early.
Jake, let me turn it over to you. Welcome back to the Kingdom. This is your second press conference. Welcome back. We've seen a lot online. We've seen a lot of your training. It has not been filmed by you. You've been very focused in this camp. Almost, if you allow me to say, more focused than I have ever seen you before. And I've watched you throughout your career. I've been on the opposite side of your sword in previous fights. And this side, you know, we're taking the promotion role here, and we're delighted to have you on here. But you have taken a different approach on this fight. You've moved your camp to Dubai. You're training in the infamous Kamani gym alongside Badu Jack and a lot of the world champions there. Have you taken this fight more serious, and is this fight changing your perspective on your career?
I mean, I always take every fight seriously. You know, I've fought UFC champions. You know, Tyron Woodley was winning the UFC championship while I was on Disney Channel. So when Tommy says, you know, I've been doing this my whole life, none of that means anything. I've always trained harder. I've always trained tougher than all of my opponents, and I want it more. I have more of a why. I have more of a purpose. You know, I'm Tommy's end goal. This is the biggest opportunity of his life. He's never been on a stage like this. He's never gotten a payday like this. He was getting paid, you know, peanuts compared to this. So really, this is what I do now. And Anderson Silva is one of the greatest strikers ever. Top 5 greatest combat strikers ever. So to go in there and outbox him, put him on the canvas, to me, this is a speed bump and a cakewalk.
Jake, in talking about that fight, the Anderson Silva fight, what did surprise a lot of people. It did not quiet your critics because, of course, the age came up, the MMA factor came up, but it was a very risky fight going into your 5th fight. You sat ringside, and ringside, I mean ringside, for Tommy's last fight. You were able to watch him fight in the most recent and most updated performance of his career. Did you see anything during that performance that you were a little bit hesitant about, or something that could have scared you going into this fight?
No, nothing at all. Like I said, he's a good boxer. I give him that credit. He's fast. He's got length. He's strong. He got them inflatable arms. I don't even know how his arms look like that. He don't got no legs. Like, he's top heavy as shit. He looked like the Michelin Man or something. But there's nothing he can do to stop me. He doesn't have power. You know, he couldn't knock out Daniel Bochinski. He can't knock out the taxi drivers he's been put in there with, who have a combined record of 20 wins and 250 losses. And when I say that stat, my friend came up to me and was like, yo, I thought you were joking when you said that stat. That's an actual stat. His opponents have a combined record of 20 wins and 250 losses. And the record of the opponents now is like 30 wins and 350 losses. So he's never been put in there with someone who wasn't there to lose. So on Sunday, when he's in the locker room warming up, he's gonna be thinking, damn, everyone has been put in there to lose. The Warrens put me in there with scrubs, and now I have a real fight, 8 rounds. He's never been 8 rounds, and he's going to get into the deep waters and drown, and I promise that.
Tommy, your answer to that?
Well, I've got a few things. Basically, keeps on going on and on and on about Anderson Silva and Tyron Woodley. Tyron Woodley was 40 years old. Anderson Silva was nearly 50, not too far off my dad's age. And he took the full distance. And everybody knows in this building who knows about boxing, MMA fighters are not boxers. We all know that. I've absolutely took apart every single MMA fighter I've ever sparred with in my entire life. They're not boxers. And this guy couldn't even deal with them. I mean, let alone what this guy is, a great striker, yeah, in MMA, not boxing. And you still went 8 rounds with him and looked like you'd been through the trenches. You know, on Sunday night, you've got a fresh, young, 23-year-old, proper, legitimate fighter who would have it inside and outside the ring. I'm not for lights, camera, action. This is in my heart, blood and soul, and you're going to feel that. Let me tell you now, I'm not a 50-year-old man, and when you're in the opposite corner and you're getting hit all about the head, blue flashes, you're going to wake up and realise what boxing is. It's not to fight old men. You've got a proper fighter in here, and he's coming to take your head off.
One, two. Ah, Tyson, Tyson. Gypsy King is here.
Ladies and gentlemen, the WBC champion of the world, Tyson Fury.
So, John, you know, the rumors been going around. Your son is here. He said if his little brother loses, he better move out of Markham. Is that true, or are you going to disown your favorite son?
Let me tell you, come Monday, Tyson Fury is going to be the most proud brother in the world. Because you know what? He's going to give Jake Paul a beating even Mike Tyson will be proud of.
So Jake, come Sunday, how are we going to win this fight?
You asked at the beginning. Look, people are going to see. You know, they could talk about all these things, MMA fighters, but you put Anderson Silva in there with Tommy Fury, and Anderson Silva knocks him out. You think that Mike Tyson, you know, I think, well, how old, 58? You think that Mike Tyson couldn't beat Tommy Fury's ass right now? You're wrong. You're absolutely wrong. And so, so the age thing is, you know, that's what people are hung up on. And that's why I'm so excited for this fight, is because now I can finally silence the critics who have said, fight a professional boxer, fight someone your age. I agree. I haven't proven that, but this is why this fight's so big. This is why I'm so excited. And this is why I've given this guy multiple chances on chances and paid him so much money to finally show up. And it really seemed like the only time he wanted to get into the ring is when I increased the amount of money. And so thankfully he's here now, and he keeps on saying it's a easy fight. He says it's going to be, you know, knocking me out, starch me, all of these things. He comes from the bloodline. He's been doing it his whole entire life. I just want to know, Tommy, do you think this is going to be an easy fight?
Where are you? Because I want to look you in the eyes when I say this. Where are you? I can't see you. Look at me in the eyes. You're getting put to sleep inside 4 rounds. Let me tell you, I'm not an old man here. I'm a fresh, young fighter. I'm going to put you away. You had 2 very lucky escapes of this fight. You should have took the escapes. You should not be sitting here right now because this is bad for you. You've blown your ticket. You should have stuck to making easy money, fighting old men, celebrities. I'm coming to take your head off.
Great. So I think we make a deal then, since you're so confident. I think we make a deal. If you win, I'll pay you double what I'm paying you already. But if I win, I take everything that I'm paying you.
Delicious.
Deal or no deal. Since you're so confident. Deal or no deal, since you're so confident.
Take it.
Deal or no deal.
Take it. Take it.
Why are you standing up?
Deal or no deal. I want to shake on it.
Why are you going to stand up like you want to do something? Sit back down.
I just want to shake your hand.
Sit back down. Sit back down.
Answer the question.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do?
Answer the question.
You've dealt. You've got a deal. All or nothing. All or nothing. You've got it. You've got it. You've got it. Both, you've heard it. He's got it.
I'll put you away inside the first round. First round. It's over. It's over.
You heard that, ladies and gentlemen. It's a deal. It's a deal.
Just to confirm, can we have this in writing, please, as well? Because you know what? Thank you, Jake. You're making our night and stay even better. Only in Saudi Arabia.
My lawyers actually already have the contract ready. Marcos, can you grab that?
Friend. You've got it.
And you know what's funny, Tommy, is that your dad agreed to the deal before you. Your dad is more confident than you.
Listen, I know
you realize
what you
that they can't be in the ring with you.
I can look into your eyes and tell what you are. You ain't a fighter, mate. You're a shithouse.
Hold your hand the whole entire time. When your dad just said deal, you were like,
hey, guess what? Do you know the funniest thing?
Why'd you do that, Dad?
The funniest thing about all this, yeah? When I come face to face with you,
he can't hold your hand in the ring.
I threw half a feint.
He can't hold your hand in the ring.
I threw half a feint and he reacted. I threw a little feint and he reacted.
Give me the money.
Can I just say one thing? Excuse me.
That's the real ball. Yeah.
Who is that?
Can I say one thing? Can I say one thing and I'll wrap this all up? If Jake Paul beats Tommy Fury don't deserve paying.
Amen.
So, we got to find... where's that? Where's that paper? I definitely want this on paper. You got the Fury brothers in here. You know what? I was thinking about this. If he beats you, it's a long ride home. 6 hours long ride home. You know that.
Let me tell you now, and this is the last thing I'm going to say, because I'm not in this game to talk. I let my fist do the talking. On Sunday night, when I put this man away in a mismatch, it's going to be onwards and upwards for me. I'm going to take everything he's got, and he's going to be going home to Ohio, or wherever he's from, sulking.
Puerto Rico.
Wherever you're from.
So the WBC say they're going to put the winner in the rankings. You know, do you agree with that, Tommy?
The WBC ranking, yeah, I mean, it's going to be amazing to get ranked and stuff like that. Of course, amazing, absolutely fantastic.
I think he said he's going to make you number one.
Huh?
Boss, are you going to make them number one, yeah? Yeah, rank number one, yeah? Thank you.
Hey!
Shall we do the face-off?
There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, you've heard it. You've seen the animosity. This fight is for real. Sunday, February 26th in Diriyah. The talk is over. It's time for the truth. Jake Paul, Tommy Fury, the next time they see each other will be at the weigh-ins. And we're going to ask them now. We have security in the back. Yeah, we are going to do the face-off.
Where at? Here or down there?
We're now going to have a face-off between Jake and Tommy. Prince Fahd, if you can do us the honors.
Oh, yeah. Well, you tell him.
Gentlemen, towards the crowd. Gentlemen, towards the crowd. It is on. It is time for the truth. February 26th in Diriyah. The talk is over. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a special commemorative piece here, a belt designed by the WBC for Diriyah season, and it will be at stake. The winner will receive the coveted Diriyah belt from the WBC. It goes down Sunday, February 26th, across the globe in over 175 countries in the United States on ESPN Plus pay-per-view, on BT Sport in the United Kingdom, and all of our global partners. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that is the truth. Yasser, I'll turn it back over to you.
Thank you, Amir. Thank you, everyone. The truth at Diriyah on the 26th of February. We'll see you there. Media members, please head to the wall for questions and interviews. And it is on. Thank you so much.
Is over. The truth at Diriyah.
We always raise the bar here in Saudi Arabia. We always host a great fight.
For the heavyweight Championship of the world. From the kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
The world will be watching.
Anytime, anywhere, any place.
The problem, child. Why they call you that?
Because I'm a problem for people in the ring.
February 26, his boxing career is over.
You'll see who the real professional boxer is.
Without the cameras, this guy's nothing.
The talk is over.
This guy's getting knocked out.
The truth will set you free. Oh, I'm knocking this dude out. Make sure to get your tickets for The Truth, February 26th, Riyadh.
You don't want to miss this one.